It's not like that you can just go to Boots and pick up a set of hormones. They're not over-the-counter drugs.
Hi campers, welcome back to another video. This week we are returning to the book swap. The book swap from many moons ago, our first ever video that we ever filmed together.
Emotions.
And so Beth, today I am recommending you The Wasp Factory by Ian Banks. This, let me explain it.
Give it to me.
Thanks. It's set on a remote Scottish island. He said he thought about the remote island as a planet and the main character, Frank, as an alien because he's so sort of different. And it's kind of psychological, kind of gothic, kind of horror. And it's about Frank, this 15-year-old boy who lives on this island with his dad, and it turns out very quickly, it's not a spoiler, that he's killed 3 people before the age of 10, including his younger brother and his cousin. Woo! The other important thing about him is that he was in an accident when he was younger and he lost his
baby.
I read it when I was 13 and it stuck by me. It won't ever leave you. You'll never forget it.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see how you like it.
Thank you.
Get reading.
17-year-old boy kills his family. He's really weird. That sounds like something I would enjoy. Look at all this snow!
But now back to me. Okay, so I was reading it at work the other day and one of the regular customers came in and he said, is that an Ian Banks book you're reading? And I said, why yes, it is. And he said, Wasp Factory. You should read any other Ian Banks book except that one. It's the worst one. And I said, oh, right then. Good to know. I don't know whether his opinion has had any sway over me, but I have to say, I'm not that far into it, and I'm not into it.
Good morning. Really the only things that drive me to finish and get to the end are the plot twist and the conversations with Eric because they're bonkers. But other than that, it's just a very weird book. Not like anything I've ever read before. There's been some like weird hints about aliens in it, and I really hope, oh my god, I really hope that the ending is not about aliens. Just a cautionary tale. Don't read this book while you're eating. Don't do it. Nearly at the end. I've finally done it. I have finally finished The Wasp Factory. I started reading this on the 18th of February and it is now the 26th of April. Believe me, it took a long time to get through this, and I'm sure you've seen it in the changing seasons throughout this vlog. But at long last, it is complete! Alright, I've got my notes. Okay, the first thing is, it's very slow. It built up very, very slowly. The final action thing happened right at the very end, and the rest of it was just... There were some funny moments, but they weren't enough that I would call this entertaining exactly. I also could never figure out what the kind of theme it was going for. There's certain parts about it that the main character does, and then you think, oh, is this like witchcraft, or is this to do with like supernatural or extraterrestrial? None of the concepts were ever fully formed. There is sort of like a subplot with the main character's half-brother called Eric, and we find out about his backstory and everything. We know why he is the way that he is, but it seemed like throughout, and ended up being, that his entire story was just a distraction, which was frustrating because I thought it was going somewhere and it didn't. Plot holes. We never find out what the factory actually is. At least I couldn't understand what it was supposed to be. The description is vague. And then there's so the main character Frank, he has a bunker as well where he keeps this dog skull and he uses it to get visions. That's never explained. We're gonna go on to the ending now because it was terrible. I kind of thought that it was going to flip the script. It would completely change the entire book. That's what I would call a good plot twist. Plot twists have to be good enough that you just can't comprehend it for a minute, but it didn't. And I can't actually believe that that's what the ending was. I never thought that something as stupid as him getting his willy bitten off by a dog would be the twist. I suppose it was trying to have the reveal carry it so that was more of a ending than Eric coming back. But it was all yeah. 10 out of 10. Would never read again. I gave this 1 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I'm not sorry that I read it. I'm glad that I did. I'm sorry, Ellie, that I didn't like it. I just wish it was better than it was.
So you didn't like it, Beth?
There are many words to describe what I feel about this book, and liking it is not one of them.
I'm so sorry. I honestly thought you, of all people, would be a fan of the guts and the gore and the yuck. But you said you were glad you watched it. Read it.
Yeah.
You read it. You didn't watch it. Unless you cheated. And like, I don't even know if it's been made. Anyway.
I'm not like annoyed that I read it. I think it was a good experience, but
never again.
I don't know.
But
No.
Do you trust me to recommend books to you ever again?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I do trust your judgment.
Don't forget to check out Beth's channel where I read a book that she recommended to me. And you can see whether or not she failed as miserably as I did. Link upstairs and downstairs.